Good evening. Soon I will conduct a video of the second part of the fairy tale. I must admit I don't have like any, as you understand very well, and I don't have any like inclination to do so. I feel that. I mean, why bother? But I decided to do so anyway after several times that I postponed it because I couldn't like stand like the torture, and but I decided to do so anyway because it should be. I mean, the fairy tale is should be concluded even though just for documentation. There are so many things that so many thoughts that are unbearable, like the fact that people just and I understood long ago that many people in this world actually watch my movies, like my videos that I upload to YouTube, but without the words, like they don't bother like listening it. Like even though I speak English in this channel, like, but they don't, because why bother? And I understood long ago, and how can you even deal with this fact? Like how can you have any communication with people that think that it's enough that just to watch you without listening to your words, even though you manifestly say stuff? Like presumably they can understand everything from like the actions. How is it possible? But this was the situation. The ego of humans is unbelievable. The ego of humans is unbelievable. And it's worse, and it was always the problem, and it's worse. It's actually worse than ever. Of course, in Israel, it's the worst of the worst. But in other places, my life story, it's proof that, that other places, the ego is just, rides just times high. Because otherwise, how can you explain the way that they treated me? Again, for that time, I will. I refer to the issue of like the clones and the videos and the painting project. I understood in the first day of my journey that was extremely complicated and still going on for more than 4 years. And the things that I've seen in this journey is amazing, and my discoveries were amazing. And like it was really it was so much suffering, but an amazing like spiritual and intellectual journey. But the fact that the intelligence services of God believe the painting project because they want to believe it, because they have material interests and also psychological problems, mainly the ego, that forces them to believe in it, even though it doesn't make any sense at all. I understood it on the first day of the journey. The first day, I understood it. On May 2019, because it was so obvious. It was so obvious that you, the people of this world, especially in strong intelligence services, that you have a material gain from, as a byproduct of believing in the completely illogical and cruel picture that the Israelis are painting. And it took me a lot of time to understand how it's even possible. I understood that it must be the case, but in order to actually understand, like I have no idea about like Titans and about like the drug, like the tea, it's so the bicycle and and in my own and the relation between my own robots and the robots of the females, and it's actually that I'm not a Titan. It's so scientific issues. It took me years to understand like the material picture, but I understood that there must be material component to this. To this unbelievable cruelty. And I also understood that most certainly there is kind of a component that relies on psychology and religion. Most certainly. And I at the very early, maybe it's not in the first day, because all of this was understood at the same day, the first day. And not longer after that, maybe a couple of days later, and I understood that the only logical, regarding the religious aspect, it's almost certain that people identify me very strongly with, I would say, at least a prominent figure in the history of Christianity. I mean, yes, I mean, first of all, I mean, why not you just say the word? I mean, Jesus. So, yes, Jesus. I mean, but I didn't have a proof of that. But I understood that it must be something that belongs to Christianity because I understood that the psychological and the religious aspect of the hostility towards me, and I understood that there is a huge hostility all around the world against me on the first day of the journey. I understood that that most probably, it only makes sense for like also sort of reason that to assume that the intelligence services of the West are populated with the same kind of people that are part of the Israeli intelligence, and I knew very well what kind of people you can find. The different kinds, but because I understood that they surround me all my life, and I have memory. I did not start from scratch. It was a huge discovery. That okay, the intelligence services are following me, so I need to reevaluate all my life. But I didn't start getting evidence from scratch. I had my own life to reassess, and much of what the notebooks in the Evernote recording that I hope you have access to it using the echelon or any other mechanism. Sorry for interrupting. One of the way that I am tortured here in this hostel is by unbelievably disgusting smell that the source is the person that is right here in this room. And this is done using the bicycle mechanism, because otherwise I couldn't have been able to smell it that horrible. He's producing some kind of horrible smell, and it's amplified tremendously. And he's doing it for several weeks now. It's kind of his main habit to torture me using this smell. And and they know that we it's true both for Titans and Cherubs, but actually it's true for many humans. So it's not that special that we don't like very harsh smells, because who does? But we don't. So it's a torture because it's very hard smell, because it's amplified by the bicycle mechanism, and it takes place right now. And actually, I don't know what will be the reaction of the Cherubs. I do know that it will if it's not already ongoing, expected every second. And I know that they follow the divine principle of midah keneged midah. So it would somehow the punishment would somehow be related to smell. And you can be certain 100% that the focus of this punishment will not be Israel, because they can find it on the map. It's a fact. They don't. They don't know what's Israel. They don't care. They don't know. They don't want to know. They don't care. The punishment will most certainly be related somehow to smell, and the people that are punished will be the people that live on the planet Earth right now. Doesn't matter what race, nationality, color, I don't know, religion, even species. If they came from another planet, the Cherubs do not care. They do not care. The people of the earth will be punished. It will be done any moment, and it will be something that relates to smell. I guarantee, because that's how they act. They follow the divine principle. I cannot even speak. I cannot even speak in my room because of this torture. It's going on right now. Right now. Or not only now. It's for several weeks every day. But it takes place right now. Of course, not by chance. They don't like me to speak, and you know it very well. So they do whatever I can, so I will not speak. So yes, many times they have success. I don't have any intention to speak anyway, and I needed so much to force myself to get the energy that is needed in order to speak to you now, and to actually finally tell you the second part of the fairy tale. I think it's of importance. But yes, the Israelis know how. They know what can actually easily make me change my mind. And this smelly text, it's happening right now. I mean, I don't even remember what I mean. I don't even remember, like, I mean, where was I? I mean, I don't even. I mean, it's so. I don't remember. I mean, what did we what was the subject that I spoke about? So it's just this is torture, and I'm under arrest. I cannot leave this room. This is torture. This is torture, and the people that the culprits are the strong intelligence services of this world, and indirectly the strong nations of this world. Because of their ego, I am subjected to unbelievable cruelty, and it's never ending, and it takes place right now. And yes, I know, yes, the Israelis, I mean, yes, they had another success. I cannot speak about anything like in these circumstances.